Oh, my touch portal buttons work. Woohoo!
Heck yeah.
Ah.
Yay, touch portal. Oh, are we live?
Yeah, I think we are.
Oh, we're also three bards in a dragon chaos stream. So it's fine.
What? No, I
What's
changed
that?
that. Oh, well, apparently it didn't work. All right, hold on.
Whoops.
Waking
Holding.
up.
Welcome to Waking Up. I am one of your co-hosts. I am Pepe, aka Sean, and with me is my other co-host, my one and only the co-host, Anna. While she is fixing the title.
I got you. I got you. I got you. All right.
And
Oh, it didn't update the settings on YouTube. It's fine.
I'll
Update
update
it later, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Now that's gonna bother me. All right. So you know what?
It's
You can
totally
since
gonna
I
bother
did
you.
solo streams for the past like 2 times.
did.
You can do the intro.
I've been a little. Ooh, oh God. No, sorry, I'm so old. My back just went. No, we're not going to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, welcome to Waking Up. This is our. I was going to say this is our RPG podcast. No, it's not. This is our mental health podcast. So for I'll go ahead and try to get through the disclaimer. I hear it so often, yet I don't do it. I don't know it.
Right.
So yeah, exactly. We are not healthcare professionals. We are not certified. We do not take anything we say as therapeutic advice or counseling advice, because that's not what we do. Don't add us. We talk about what we go through, what we experience within our own lives, and what works for us. So
okay, well, the title on YouTube is just gonna have to stay until
It
we
goes.
fucking until it fucking.
It's fine. So mileage may vary. But yeah, so we grew up in the Bible Belt of this great country here, and if you don't know what the Bible Belt is this area where it's highly conservative. We grew up fundamentalist in Billy Graham territory. If you don't know what Billy Graham territory is, look it up. It'll explain a lot to you. It's a high control, very very conservative, very evangelical, and just when we thought the Southern Baptist Convention couldn't get worse.
Apparently, I was missing out. Apparently, Sean told me like 5 minutes ago, and I was like,
yeah, the Southern Baptist Convention just made a decision, had a big old vote.
Okay, we're not going to get it, because we'll talk about that. How about this?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that at the end.
Yeah.
Because if we talk about it now, I'm
We'll
going to go
just-
off.
that'll be the entire
that'll be the show,
episode.
and that's not what we're here about
No.
today.
Yeah.
I'm
so
going to
anyway,
poke Sean's trauma today.
yeah. And how is that different than every Sunday?
Except this one's good.
Okay. I missed a couple weeks, so let's poke away. Yeah.
All right.
Poke.
All right. Where did you get? We're not healthcare professionals.
We're not healthcare professionals. We grew up in the Bible Belt. We grew up a very conservative, evangelical, fundamentalist, whatever way you want to describe it.
Hi, Creepy Bear.
Hey, Bear. Yeah. So we are not here to hate on religion. We think religion is a beautiful thing when done in a mentally healthy manner.
Oh my God, you've got this all twisted.
I do have it all twisted.
Oh my God, do you want me to do it?
If you want. I mean, I thought I'd put my own spin on it.
Okay, you know what? You're right. I should not be doing that. You go right ahead. You know, we're both different people, so we both did. You know what?
I think that was the end. I think that was it.
Okay,
you know what?
Something? It's fine. No. Okay, so welcome. So here we are, folks. As for the changed title, today, the title of today's episode is "Congratulations on Your Trauma. Here's your personality."
Yay!
So, as most of you know, I've been on this post-traumatic growth TISM train. I went down, I did research for the last episode, and I have not stopped, and now I'm obsessed right now. And as longtime viewers of the show know, one of mine and Sean's favorite games to play is this my trauma or is it my personality?
Yeah.
Who knew it actually is? The trauma did make it. It is both.
It's both.
It is both. And I was like, fucking shit.
I know, right? Exactly.
You know what? I feel like this.
I didn't sign up for this.
I feel like this is a change of our game. It's no longer, is this our trauma or is this our personality? Now it's a thing. But I feel like that's the OG game, and this is the upgraded, updated, the expansion pack version.
Exactly. This is my trauma and my personality.
Oh, okay. So do you want to read? Apparently we we have greeting cards.
Yes.
Like greeting cards for each other. So,
Yes. You me read the first one?
yeah, read the first one because that one's to me. So,
Yes, this is yes. So Anna, I gave you a card. Here, let me read it for you. This
mhm.
card says, here, let me open it. Congratulations on your hypervigilance. You'll never be surprised again.
Hey,
And shut.
th- first off, that's bullshit
What?
because it's not wrong.
It's not
And
at all.
sometimes I fucking wish I wasn't as hyper vigilant as I am. All right,
Mhm.
Sean.
Is this mine? Oh, this is
Yes,
mine now,
this
isn't
is
it?
the front
Yes.
though. Congratulations on your people pleasing.
Oh, thank you.
Everyone loves you and you have no idea who you are.
I mean, yes. If you're okay with that, if that's okay with you, I'm fine with it.
Oh, and this last one. Congratulations on your walls. Enjoy the
Enjoy the
quiet.
quiet. Oh, it's so. Oh my god. Look, I've erected these wonderful, wonderful walls, and it's so.
Lonely.
Yes, exactly.
What?
Why is it?
Why?
Where is everybody?
Oh, okay. So for those of you who were not here last week or have not watched
Mm,
my VOD or any of that, which is fine, this is not one of those go back and watch. So I'm going to give you a recap. So last week I did an episode which I didn't honestly, I only got halfway through, and it was just a lot of information on post traumatic growth. And post traumatic growth was a research done by Tedeschi and Calhoun. See, I remember their names. This is how deep I've
that's
gotten into.
impressive. Nice.
And they in 1996 from UNC Charlotte um from UNC Charlotte, they everybody at the time was asking the question like what are the effects of trauma? What are the effects? How it affects the body? But what the question they were asking and not asking was what happens afterwards? What happens after the trauma? Not the effects of the trauma, but what happens to these? And they did and it actually is the basis of all trauma. Not all, a lot of trauma therapy. It's the
Mhm.
basis of trauma therapists. It is the things that happen after the trauma. And so yeah, and so it was super. It's like it has 5 domains. It's like resiliency, and it's a whole fascinating thing. But we're gonna sort of cover it. But we gotta congratulations. Here's your personality. It's
Fantastic.
basically us. I know for me, becoming the person post trauma, post major events, and all trauma is, it's not, a lot of people think trauma is something like, a violence, domestic violence, a death, all this stuff. But you also have to remember trauma also can be any major life happening, which is
Mhm.
a massive breakup. Like divorce is a big one. Death is also another one. Trauma in itself can look like a lot of different things. So just know that they studied all of it. They studied on all instances of PTG and what happens after trauma. So why don't you read the first one, Sean?
Um, PTG isn't. I'm healed and I'm fine now. It's fine now. I'm fundamentally different, and some of it is actually good. It's not going back to a default factory setting. It's that version's gone. Who I was is gone.
Do you feel that way?
In some ways, yes. I do think I do look back to where I was, who I was.
Mhm.
Um, and I've had to learn to not judge who I was. But like I look back and like that was a very different person. Like the things that I did,
Right.
like wow, that's not who I am. That's not those aren't the choices that I would make now.
That's a
So,
big one. That's
yeah.
like you look back on like instances and you're like,
Hmm.
I would
That
not
was
do that now.
Yeah, that
I
was
would not
certainly
do
a
that now.
choice. That
It
was
wasn't.
certainly
It's
yeah, that's
it,
certainly a choice.
you,
I made the best choice with what I knew at the time and who I was at the time. That is not a choice that I would make now. Yeah,
yeah.
so You feel the same way?
I do. I was actually having a couple of discussions, several discussions. I don't know. This weekend, I've been very introspective, self-reflective, just in general. I think I've just been doing a lot of internal searching for myself
Mhm,
because there's a couple days this past week that were really dark and really my demons came out to play.
mhm,
So it was very much, who am I now versus who I was then, who I was a year ago, who I was 3 years ago, who I was 5 years ago, who I was when I first moved to Texas. Because you move into Texas, it's just like I had me reflecting on when I moved here,
yeah,
and those two different people now,
yeah,
completely like night and day.
mhm.
I think of myself in that time and I give myself I give myself the ick. I give myself the ick
From
looking back.
your past
My
self.
past self,
Yeah.
I give myself
Yes.
the ick.
Like, whew. Yeah. Like,
Right. Um,
mhm,
we could give you the clinical definition of post-traumatic growth, but the official definition is the positive psychological change after a highly challenging life circumstance. So, like I said, trauma
mhm,
can look like a lot of things.
yeah.
And the translation is, you went through something awful and came out with stuff that was shit. You came out with shit that you didn't have before. Like, you're like,
Mhm.
with this my consolation prize, like it's like, here's your trauma, and please take this like this swag bag as you go. Like, I feel like
It's
that's it.
I hear the announcer and tell us what he's won.
Yeah. Okay,
That's not
what is the one, okay, because we call it our trauma superpowers, and for those of you who don't
yeah.
know, it is very much a long swag bag of coupons, facts. So like it says, like, we came out of our trauma with different things. And then
Mhm.
it can come from childhood trauma, relationship trauma, just like, what is the thing? What is the one major characteristic you feel that you gained post post a trauma?
The
Anxiety does not count, Sean.
I knew it. I was like, because that kind of feels like the
No, anxiety does not count.
oh, I've thought of this like what is the like what's the superpower? What's the thing that I got that is because I'm like I wouldn't say the people pleasing is a is something I gained. That was the trauma.
But, I mean, fair.
It that's I'm like
Okay,
yeah, okay, yeah, uh-huh.
let me put an instance. Pre-divorce,
Yeah.
post-divorce.
Ooh. That's a long time. It's like 15, 20 years. Um what I I'm really
Jay says,
I'm
"Thanks for being traumatized. Here's your to-go order. Fucking
yeah.
buy one, get one
Right,
bullshit."
right.
Not necessarily, and here's why we're gonna say that. Here's why
Yeah.
it's not necessary. Yes, yes, and yes, and
Mhm.
yes, and Sean, you
I
re-
don't I'm serious, like, my brain is just, like, stuck.
there
Like,
is no way you're the same person, or I would not be
no,
speaking
no,
to you right
no,
now.
I'm not at all the same person. Well, I'm trying to think of, like, the post-traumatic, like, superpower, like you said, with hypervigilance. Yeah.
Vigilance.
Wow, my brain is not in gear. It's been a rough week. Um, but I'm like, do I what is the thing that what is that that I have? And I know I'm
Okay,
not the same. I know I'm not the same person, but
you know what? I'll let you think about
okay.
it.
Oh, you're okay. You let me think. Okay.
I'm gonna let you think about it.
Ah.
I think for me, the biggest thing that I came away with is holding to my truth.
Mhm.
And that's one of many, 'cause again, I was
Mhm.
having a lot of discussions about how I'm different and how I think, but holding to my truth and being like, not being in that people pleasing phase where
Mhm.
it's like, well, can we, the gaslighting and the Darvo and all of the shit
Mhm.
from the narcissist. It's like, you know what? No, I have the receipts. I'm trusting myself. And that's another
Mhm.
one. Just in general, trusting myself. I didn't do that before because I was so sitting there. But now it's like, no, I have facts. I trust my gut. I recognize pattern recognition,
There you
the
go.
gift
Yeah.
from my trauma.
Yeah.
And I trust myself. Like, trust in myself. It's big. Poor Sean. Poor Sean.
I know.
You
Um,
you've been absent for a couple weeks, so
I
you haven't been
have
hitting your trauma
I
too much.
I haven't. I've been yeah. That's the thing. The last couple weeks has just been like head down, focused. Here's a goal. Just drive to that goal.
But these
Literally.
past 2 weeks in of itself have been traumatic. I mean, let's be real honest.
Yeah, they have been. Um, the I don't have not every I don't have to. I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm allowed to choose something that I like, that I want, that is important to me without everybody else having to sign off on it, without everybody else having to agree with it.
That is true.
I'm allowed to like this thing and enjoy it and embrace it, and have an opinion about something. Because
Mhm.
I never had an opinion about it. Oh, you remember how many
Now he's catching on. All right, go
yeah,
ahead, go
yeah.
ahead.
My brain is starting to yeah. Um, the we I know we've had this discussion. When someone asks my opinion on something, I first wait to hear their opinion on it. I will flip it around and go, well, tell me what you think about it.
That is I remember that. That used to drive me
I
fucking
and
nuts.
then I would base my opinion on whatever opinion they had. People pleasing for the win. Um, and so yeah, I would wait, and you finally got so tired of it. You would call me out on. You're like, no, no.
Yeah.
Tell me your opinion.
Yes.
No,
I'm not telling
I
you
am
my
not
best.
telling you my opinion until you tell me your opinion. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
that is something. Hmm. I'm allowed to have an opinion.
But the big thing also about post-traumatic growth and is it doesn't erase what happened to you. Like I think that a lot of us, I don't know about you, Sean. I know for
Mhm.
me, it's one of those. I'm going to trauma therapy. I'm facing my traumas. I'm healing my traumas. And you think that it's just like gonna go away. Like you think, okay, you're gonna heal it and it's never gonna affect you again. But the reality
Mhm.
is that it's not who you are. You are not the trauma, but the trauma is the foundation that you build this new person on.
Mhm.
Which again is why I've been so fucking obsessed. Like this is not plastic positivity. No, because I'm
Mhm.
telling you, like post traumatic growth, you have to accept the suck. Like that's the difference between plastic positivity and post traumatic growth is that it's not just, oh, everything happens for a reason and you need to be grateful. No, like post traumatic growth is you accept the fact that the suck is there and you can accept that it sucks, but you can
Mhm.
also say, I'm I'm growing because of the suck.
I remember my early therapy days. I honestly thought that healing meant it just went away. Like
Same.
if I just need to overcome this thing, and then I don't have to deal with it again. It's fixed. It's done. It's in my past. I'm good now. I can move on. That's
I'm
how
sorry,
I
I'm
viewed
sorry.
therapy for the longest time.
There are so
Um,
many people in my life right now that it's exactly like that.
Mhm.
I mean, you've gotten better. You have gotten better, but there are some people in my life right now, I'm like, it doesn't go away. And
Yeah.
they approach therapy and all of that shit like, I've addressed it, I've accepted it, it doesn't exist. Motherfucker, no, that is not how that fucking
Mhm.
works. That is
Yeah.
not how it works. It doesn't go away. Um, in like our notes, it says like oh, I fucking hate this. The Kazuki, the ones with the gold cracks. I fucking hate the gold
Yeah,
cracks,
yeah.
but it is an example of
Yeah.
they it still exists. Like every you have to accept that it's still the damage
Mhm.
still exists. However, you can repair and
Mhm.
accept that it still exists, just like what they do with the gold cracks, and they put together the brokenness and the bowls and whatever it
Mhm.
is with the gold, but they embrace the beauty of the mess.
Yeah.
But it's the people that's like putting it together with crazy glue and trying to act like the cracks
It
aren't
was never
there.
there. Yeah, exactly.
That's not how it fucking works, and you
No,
don't
it's not.
grow if you don't accept the mess. If
Yeah.
you act like, "Oh, I've dealt with it. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to be accountable for how I hurt somebody or how somebody hurt me, and it's in the past
Mhm.
and let's just put it there." It doesn't fix anything.
No.
You literally stay stagnant. I know I did. I don't know about you, Sean.
Yeah.
What about you? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, because well, it also affected my therapy in terms of um I if I th- when I because I thought I fixed stuff, because I thought I dealt with it and then I could move on, whenever a situation came up and I didn't like the same kind of thing happened and I didn't respond to it in a quote unquote healed way or in a fixed way,
mhm.
then I'd be like, "Oh my god, why did I do that? Why is this still I thought I fixed this. Why is this still happening?" I thought it was like a point in time where I could just go, "Okay, I put enough duct tape on it and I rigged it here and it's fixed. Why does this thing still keep happening?" And so then I get upset, get angry with myself because, "Oh my god, I did the thing again. I thought I was healed. I thought it was fixed." So I said that in itself, I think stunted or prevented me from actually healing
Mhm.
because I was looking at it completely wrong.
Yeah, I love this one. The disorientation of growing, why getting better sometimes feels worse. And I think that's
Hmm.
what I don't understand. Okay, no, I actually do understand. Let me rephrase that. I think that's why sometimes it's really upsetting, and I can't and I can also accept that everybody's healing path is different and everybody's journey is different, and I understand
Hmm.
this. However, I feel like my therapist and every other therapist on the planet who has said this is like can't be necessarily wrong, so I may be off base here, but for the people who do the healing and they don't ever go through the painful grieving part of it, they never go through the shit. They always just, again, like we said, it's fine. I dealt with it. I feel bad for a day and then I'm putting it's fine. I don't have to deal with it. Like, it's so fucking frustrating.
Hmm.
And I know that again, I'm saying this a lot. I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable. So this past therapy session I had, my therapist was very much like this because I was almost screaming at her. I was like, why is it? Why is it that I'm doing the right thing? I'm doing the healthy thing and I'm fucking miserable. I'm
Hmm.
fucking miserable. I fucking hate this. And I'm watching these people do the unhealthy thing and they seem fucking fine. They are living their best life and they're happy and they're healthy and they're doing all of these things. And she goes, "Wait, I'm going to stop you there. They're not healthy. Let's put the facts on this.
Hmm.
Second, she goes, if that first off, you can't control other people. I was like, I know I can. And
Hmm.
she's like, second and third, she goes, it's like mold. they are going, "Okay, I did the bad thing. I feel the bad thing. I did, but you know what? I'm not gonna deal with it anymore. I don't have to. I've just accepted it." Well, you can't just accept something that you haven't worked through, grieved through, felt bad through, taken
Mhm.
accountability for. What they've done is they're avoiding, and they're putting it in this box, and it's gonna grow like mold.
They're painting over the mold.
Right.
It may look fine. Oh, but it's not. At some point.
It is horseshit.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
so angry about it.
Mhm.
I was angry because I'm
Great.
like, I know I'm doing the healthy thing. I am processing through this shit. That's how I feel about it.
Mhm. Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Sean? Like, Sean is so uncomfortable right now. I could tell. Like, he's just like rocking.
Well,
Like, is it?
no, part of that is my back has suddenly decided that it doesn't like being where it's at. So like
Oh,
I'm actually dealing with yeah. So that's part of why I keep shifting is because
suddenly
yeah,
see
I'm so old.
more.
I'm so old. Um, but
Okay, well, I can keep going until you can focus in and again if you
yeah,
want.
that's yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Go right ahead. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, you're
Yeah.
good. You're good. So it is like also the difference between coping and actually um, integrating that coping is managing the symptoms so you can function. Integrating is understanding the root well enough that the symptom loses its power. So it's for me, and I'm going to give an example. When you integrate, when you actually integrate, you for me, it's one of those, especially when I was working on my abandonment issues, and it's one of those, am I feeling this anxiety because this person is doing something, actually doing something, or
Mhm.
is it just my anxiety, my trauma causing this anxiety? I'm like, okay. And it's that feeling of security of accepting that I'm feeling this anxiety because of my abandonment issues. Accepting that that is just how I'm feeling okay with it. Not okay with it, but still feeling the anxiety, feeling the anxiety, anxious attachment part of it,
Mhm.
but then not allowing it to take over. It's like, it's okay. It's a part of who I am. This is what I am. Okay, this. But before, when you're just coping, you're feeling the anxiety, but then you're like, okay, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna text him all the time. I'm trying to ease the anxiety by doing the
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. I, I still I still struggle with handling the emotions because I come from intellectualizing, and so I'm trying not to intellectualize, but then I'm like, okay, so I'm feeling this. Am I where's I still find myself going, okay, where's this coming from? If I can just understand the emotion, I'll be fine. And so I'm like,
How's that working out for you?
it's not.
Okay, okay, okay,
It doesn't
okay.
work. It
Just
doesn't
making
work.
sure.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so well, I'm feeling this because I'm feeling insecure. So I'm having this like, okay, so now what do I do with this? Okay, so it's just an emotion. Is it? I'm allowed to feel this, right? I mean, even though I know it's coming from like trauma, it's coming from insecurity, it's coming from. I'm still allowed to feel this. It's okay to feel this, right? Okay, what do I do with this? And I feel like weird and awkward. Like, okay, these emotions are happening. All right, I can accept that they're happening. They're not bad. I still have this weird relationship with emotions where I'm still trying to understand, still trying to like accept that they're there and that they're okay and that they're normal and that I'm allowed to feel them without without drowning in them. Because sometimes I feel like I think that I sometimes feel like I'm kind of drowning in that though. Like, is that am I supposed to be feeling this way,
Hmm.
or is this something else that's going on?
Hmm. I think for me, it's like opposite because,
Hmm.
opposite. My emotions were so intense.
Hmm.
Hence the reason I was like, I have BPD. Like, it was so intense. Come to find out, it was actually severe, severe CPTSD. Who knew?
Mhm.
Who
Yeah.
knew? You start dealing with your trauma and shit starts healing itself. But for me, it was one of those coming to that. I was, so, I was drowning in the emotions that nothing was logically making sense.
Mhm.
Like, and I was that way for a long time, even most of my marriage. Like I was that this just everything was that emotion. Everything the emotions were driving the bus and they'd say in DBT, dialectical behavior therapy, you have the emotion mind and the logic mind and you're trying to find the wise mind, which is the center. And I was like, there was no logic mind. The emotion mind was driving the bus all the time, and
Mhm.
it was always super intense. I always felt everything intensely. Cut to I do my trauma work, and I do all my healing, and I do all that shit, the growth and shit,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden it's nothing feel like because the emotions aren't so intense, because I am doing the wise mind or the wise mind thing, the logic and the emotions, all of a sudden nothing feels as intense. And I'm wondering, and I always am doubting myself. Am I really sad? Am I
Mhm.
really sad because I don't feel devastated?
Ooh, yes.
Am I really happy because I don't feel exuberant? Am I really hurt because I don't feel like everything's ending?
The familiarity, yeah, the familiarity is a tough one to adjust to,
Yeah.
adjust to the lack of familiarity,
Yes.
because not familiarity feels right,
Mhm.
feels normal. That's how our brain wires. I'm used to feeling this. That's good. That's why when we're in bad relationships, we tend to jump from bad relationship to bad relationship because it feels familiar. Yeah, yay.
We're doing great.
Yeah. So I'm kind of the same way in certain emotions where I'm like, if I don't if I don't feel a certain intensity, because I sometimes that there's certain emotions where I tend to feel like jealousy is an intense one, anger, sadness, regret. If I don't feel those a certain level, then does that mean that I wasn't really feeling that?
Mhm.
And so I'm having to readjust to I can feel this motion at a certain level, at a lower level, and it still be legitimate. That because my brain wants to go, well, no. Like whenever we got into this is the hard thing. Like whenever you and I got into disagreements, I realized I I wouldn't let stuff go. Yeah. I would hold on to stuff after we'd had a disagreement, and you were like, okay, is there anything else that needs to be said? If not, we're gonna move on. I would still hold on to that. I would still hold on to that feeling, that regret, that shame, whatever it was I was feeling, because to me, if I didn't feel that way, then did I really feel any emotion at all about it?
Right.
And so I would hang on to that, and I wouldn't let it go because I needed to feel it was familiar to me. So that's hard. That's been part of my journey is going, okay, I can let it go
And
now.
Sean would like a week
Yeah,
later,
I
I'm
would
like,
still
I have
be.
literally when I said, "Okay, I'm letting this go," which
Mhm,
honestly was a big step for me, which was a big step for me in the fact that I was like, "Okay, we've talked about it. We've come to a conclusion." For me, the fact that
mhm,
I said, "Okay, well then I'm dropping it.
mhm,
We've come to this conclusion. I am dropping this now." Constructive conflict,
mhm.
not destructive conflict.
Yeah,
I would just let it go. Like we're literally
wouldn't think about it again.
wouldn't think about it again.
Whereas me, I'm still marinating in it. I'm still stewing on
He
it.
beat
Yeah,
himself up. I didn't have
I
to I
would.
didn't have to do the scorecard shit. He did it to
I
himself.
was
I'm like,
keeping my own scorecard
I
against
know.
myself.
Um, so this one, I didn't know this was possible. It's the most common post-traumatic growth realization. Most people in survival mode. So anytime they have gone through something hard, again, like death, divorce, abuse,
Mhm,
any traumatic event, um, in survival mode, because that's what happens. You enter into survival mode after that traumatic event. Period. End of story. Like you are just trying to survive and make it through this moment. Um, that person who's in that survival mode can't imagine a version of themselves that isn't in that mode.
Mhm.
Like, so I know for me, I it's like it feels like it's never gonna end.
Mhm.
It never is gonna end. And like, I've actually said this a lot this past week and this past, couple months. It's like these people like, remember, it's only temporary. And I tell them to go fuck themselves,
Mhm.
especially when I'm in a dysregulated state. And they're like, we know you're hurting. We know this is a trauma, the trauma speaking. We know this is thing. And they're being really nice. But they're like, I want
Mhm.
just you have to hold on. You have to remember it's temporary. And I say, go fuck yourself because it doesn't feel fucking
Mm-mm.
temporary.
You can't, yeah, you can't logic your way out of that. You can't. You may consciously know, yes, I recognize that this is temporary, but right now, I feel like I'm drowning. I feel like
Yeah.
I am buried.
Yeah.
I am. There's no way. I feel like there's no way out.
Right.
So that logic just doesn't fly. And yeah.
However,
Hmm.
you do have to keep reminding yourself. It's like one of those, like we've said
It's
before in
yeah.
our episodes, like sometimes you have to fake it till you make it because your feelings, again, are driving the bus. So in
Yeah.
that moment, my trauma is driving the bus. I
Mhm.
know it is temporary. I know I will survive this. I know I will grow past this and grow forward.
Mhm.
I know that this is temporary. And sometimes I have to say that. I know it's not temporary, or I know it is temporary.
Yeah.
I know it's temporary. I know it. I just fucking don't feel it right now. That's a truer statement. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I know that it's temporary. I am not feeling that in this moment. That's a
Mhm.
fact, and that I can sit with because it's
Mhm.
acknowledging the fact that here's your logic, but here's your feeling. And for
Mhm.
me, that's really, really important to say out loud.
And they can exist at the same time.
Yes. Fucking radical acceptance of those
Right?
motherfucking
I know
bullshit.
it's
They
stupid.
bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
They bullshit.
It is.
Uh,
Absolutely. Uh,
but you know, post-traumatic growth and the growing and becoming the person after the trauma, after whatever event, after that challenge, that life challenge, that difficult life challenge is not one of those things where you wake up one day and go, "Oh, fuck, look at me. I'm this I'm this healed person." It's this slow progression, and I said this last week. It's a slow progression. It's tiny choices. It's
mhm,
it's things, it's deliberate. It's intentional. Until one day you're faced with a maybe not traumatizing, but another
mhm,
difficult situation and your how you react, how you handle it, how you do all these things is completely different and you literally stop. Like, I don't know if you've had this experience, Sean. I certainly
mhm.
have, where I have stopped and went,
That was different.
"Yeah." I was like,
It's yeah.
Hold on.
Wait,
Hold on.
did that just yeah, that happened.
Am I a
Okay.
healed motherfucker? Am I
Yeah.
actually like did I just
Yeah.
handle that like
Yeah.
how did I handle that situation in a healthy manner? What
Yes.
the fuck?"
Mhm. Yeah. Something yeah, for me, it's like I experienced something and I'm so used I'm so used to reacting in a certain way or having this like my brain doing something or like my nervous system freaking out. And like the same thing happens and I'm like, "Oh, well that's different." Well, that's not what normally happens and that's good. Wow,
And you
okay.
feel a
All
little
right.
proud of yourself? You're
I
like,
do. I do. I'm like, yeah, staying a little taller.
"Yeah."
Like, all right.
Well,
Yeah.
but you said the right word, and
Mhm.
I for especially for me, as for those for anyone, it's like you're used to reacting
Mhm.
in a certain way,
Yeah.
and when you're healing past a trauma or you're doing a lot of trauma work, not and because I want to say that like for me, it's not one moment of trauma. It's a lifetime of different major moments of trauma. Again, I have survived more than most people would have in a lifetime. But
Mhm.
it's instead of reacting, you are now responding.
Mhm.
And for me, I remember when I first started, that's not just a one-time instance, but when it actually started becoming a way of being for me, especially in these past 6 months and all the shit that's been going on, when I stopped reacting and started responding.
Mhm.
When
Yep.
I would give myself, no matter how intense the feeling or what it is, I would not instantly go to a reaction. How
Mhm.
my brain went, "Skirt, okay, you are feeling this.
Mhm.
We're gonna give ourselves time." And it was the most empowering thing when I
Yeah.
realized I'm not the same person anymore.
Ah.
I'm not that
Mhm.
I am not reactive. I am responsive. And that is a huge win for me.
That is big.
Huge.
Yeah.
Because Sean's been on the receiving
Receiving,
end of
yes.
my reaction, of my reactive part of who I am. And it's one of
Mhm.
those, I never
Mhm.
thought I would ever get to that point. I always thought I would be,
It's just how you are.
yeah,
Yeah.
just intense. Everything was intense. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
I'm an intense person. I have an
Mhm.
intense personality. I have like it, but just because I feel things and think things intensely does not mean I go to the intensity right like instantly.
Mhm.
And I was like, go me.
Yeah, I know. You take a moment, be proud of yourself. Don't let yourself minimize the pride either, because
Right.
that's the other trauma response is like, "Oh, I'm feeling proud. I can't feel proud. Yeah, I can. I can absolutely feel proud
Right.
of this moment.
Right.
So yeah. And another one thing that I've learned is that success doesn't always come in like the one end of the spectrum. Sometimes it's part of the spectrum. So sometimes a win for me isn't going, oh, I handled that. I didn't react to that. And sometimes the win for me is I did react to it. However, the window of that is significantly shorter. The
Mhm.
intensity of that reaction whereas before it was debilitating. I
Mhm.
was out.
Yeah.
Like that's all that was in my head for hours. Now it's like, okay, 5 minutes. Whatever that window is significantly shorter than it used to be.
Mhm.
And so, like, I don't have to go all the way to not reacting to consider that a win and be proud of that.
Right.
Sometimes it's in the smaller. I had a my therapist had to. That was one big thing with my therapist was he was like, yeah, but how short was that window? Think about this. Really think about it. I was like, why did I react? But it was a lot shorter. And so I've started paying attention to the window in which I'm reacting when
Yeah.
I do still react to it.
Yeah.
So,
Success can come in karma because you choose not to react. Exactly. I mean, that
mhm,
is also very true. Um, but yeah, like the big thing is that, you know, we said is that congratulations, Jeremy, here's your personality.
mhm,
It's in our favorite game, is it your trauma or is it personality? But like the difference between the game of is it my trauma or is it my personality is that game is this my like coping mechanism? Am I responding? Like, am I
mhm,
like I said, okay, for example, intensity. Okay, the intensity of how I would react. I was like, oh, she's like just an emotional person. And it's like, is that my personality or is that my trauma? And I didn't know that for something like that. I don't know. And
mhm,
that's why for me, when I've done in my post traumatic growth, my PTG, I'm understanding is I still feel the emotions. That is I feel the emotions intensely, but I don't express it. I don't lose my shit. It's like so it was my trauma. But I still feel the emotion, so it's part personality, it's part
mhm,
both. Whereas for this, like this show, it's like, "Congratulations, here's your personality." What we're talking about here is the person that you become after you do the work. So, isn't my trauma is my personality is before the work. and all this stuff. And this is congratulations, here's your personality is after the work, the person that
Mhm.
you become. Because you will not, and talked about this last week, you will not be the same person if you're doing the work correctly. If you are doing the real trauma work, you will absolutely become a different person.
Yeah, I think you can't help but be different on the other side of it
Right.
if you are, yeah. So you're that personality is going to become, and because we joke about what personality or trauma, but it is who you are from that. You can't just forget that it happened and ignore that it happened, and
Mhm.
it happened to us, and we come out on the other side and go, okay, well, this is what I learned from it. This is what I grew from it.
Mhm.
I'm not just going to sit here and pretend it wasn't a part of me.
Mhm.
It wasn't there.
Right. So the trait receipt.
Oh god.
What
Okay.
your personality owes and to what?
Oh, there's some debt right there. Okay.
Uh, every quirk, defense mechanism, and personality trait has a return address.
It does.
PTG is when you
Yes.
audit the receipts and decide what to keep, upgrade, and return. So it's
Oh,
a combination of is it my trauma or is it my personality? And congratulations, here's your trauma. Here's your
oh,
consolation prize. It's both.
fantastic!
It's both.
Yay!
Okay. Oh God. Okay. You know what? We'll go. Okay, you do not have number one, so I will do number one.
Okay.
Hypervigilance, which is situational awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is something that for those of us who have been in abusive situations or situations with narcissists, especially, and because your reality has been questioned because your reality and so the situation and a parentified kids, black sheep, you're I need to stop saying yours. My
Mm-hmm.
place and where that developed from the hypervigilance is, and I've said this before and I will say it again, and I've talked about it on this podcast too. It's like I prided myself on being a chameleon. I prided myself
Mm-hmm.
on I could enter any room, any conversation, talk to any person, and I would know exactly how to change how I talked, what I talked about, how I held myself. I would be able to do that because I was trained, not taught. I was trained that to keep myself safe, I had to adjust who I was to whatever the situation was presented to me.
Mm-hmm.
That was a safety mechanism. But now that I've healed, I feel like the hypervigilance hasn't gone away. I still recognize details. I still like I can it's still a thing. And I pride myself in that still
Mm-hmm.
because of the hypervigilance. The hypervigilance keeps my kids safe. It keeps me safe. It still keeps me safe. But it's not in a way that I am doing it where I'm adjusting who I am. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just filing away the information, you know? So, it's like it's
Yeah.
like this one. I
Behind
am
it.
responding to what is actually
Mhm.
happening instead of trying to adjust myself to anticipate what might happen.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm keeping that
Yeah.
one.
And the safety. I think the safety there is important.
Yeah.
One is doing it because you weren't safe,
Mhm.
and so that was how you felt safe or became safe.
Yeah.
So yeah. Ooh, so I may be affected a bit by the next one. Yeah, I think I may take a drink as well. So one of my traits would be people pleasing.
What?
Um, yeah, I know. I tend to people pleasing with a healthy or unhealthy dose of white knighting. Um, Yeah, this is emotional intelligence when the anxiety is removed. I don't know about how much emotional intelligence, but for me, it was the people pleasing. I'm conflict avoidant, and so people pleasing was my way of avoiding conflict and avoiding the abandonment. Avoiding if I am who everybody wants to be, if I keep everybody happy, then people won't leave me. If I just go along, because I remember specific times when I was lauded for easygoing, go with the flow, flexible. And so I made sure to take that on as a part, as that reinforced the idea that I can't have my own opinion, and that it's safe. It's safer for me to just do what everybody else wants to make everybody else happy,
Mhm.
and abandon myself in that process, because that's what's really happening is I'm abandoning who I am in order to try to keep everybody else from abandoning me.
Right.
um, and so I'm trying to avoid conflict and just keep everybody happy, and people like me, and oh, he's just, um, yeah. So that's what I spent most of my life doing. Um,
And the validation.
yes. Oh, and
I
yeah,
can I'm
yeah.
speaking that as well for me. I was
Yeah.
like the people pleasing because it validated me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
felt, yeah, for me, yeah, and same thing for me. It felt good to get that. It felt good to
Right.
be, especially because that's where the abandonment came from. It was to be accepted. It was in order to feel safe and accepted, I needed to be what anybody else. I needed to like what everybody else liked. I needed to be as accommodating as I possibly could, because if I wasn't, and if I liked something different, I wouldn't be safe anymore.
What?
Um, I know, right? So that was me reacting out of fear, or making my choices based out of fear.
Mhm.
Um, Whereas now it's like I can still want to help people. I can still want to understand what people want, what people need, without self abandonment. Because
Mhm.
that's really where the problem came from, was, or what was happening was, I was ignoring myself, and I was making everybody else happy while making myself miserable. So it's possible that I can help other people, I can care for other people, I can hold space for other people, without at the same time abandoning who I am and what I can do and what
Shut
I
up.
can't do. I know
Shut
it's
up.
crazy,
Shut up.
right?
That's
That's
crazy talk.
that's
That's
that's no,
crazy talk.
yeah, no, absolutely
What do you
not.
mean I can actually like,
Right? Yeah,
have
I can.
opinions and shit?
Yeah,
No.
and it's also possible for me to not to accept that I can't help everyone, and that I can't just keep pouring out of myself. Um,
I'm sorry, I'm 12. Anyway, go ahead.
uh, which it's being honest with myself and with other people too,
Mhm.
because constantly giving of myself wasn't being honest with other people,
Mhm.
wasn't being authentic with other people. And so now that I can say, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do, this is where I'm at, it creates more authentic
Mhm.
friendships, relationships, connections. And I think it's and it I and the funny thing is, I was doing this stuff to not be abandoned, but the thing that honestly helps not be abandoned is to do the other. It's funny how that
I
works.
know, crazy. Crazy
Yeah,
doing the healthy thing.
right.
But
Doing the healthy thing is actually, yeah.
yeah, I know. I stop that. But I think for me, the people pleasing here, here's a big one.
Hmm.
Here's a big one that this is one I just like I literally tossed out. Like I this is one that I had because of my trauma. I had and I'm like, fuck that shit, I'm out. Like, no,
Hmm.
nope, I don't need this.
Hmm.
Um is like you were talking like I was talking, when you were saying like the validation. I needed the
Hmm.
validation because and this is how where I thought I had BPD. This is where like, when my therapist we were talking about it where I thought but I we realized it wasn't BPD again and it was severe perfectionism with
Hmm.
people pleasing with severe people pleasing a deep need to people please is that I would morph myself to whoever I was, like, with or dating or and it not just like, oh, pretending like, I would morph into it.
Hmm.
Like, "Oh, you like sports? I like sports. Oh,
Hmm.
you listen to hard rock? I mean, like all that shit." And I didn't really
Yep.
have a sense of self. And I used to convince myself, "Oh, I'm just expanding my horizons. I am just learning things that I didn't know before." So, I mean,
Yep.
like, of course, like, maybe I don't know if I like it, if I don't like, so, all these things, and I'm like, nowadays, as I'm doing the healing, what I realized, it was a deep need to have the validation from the person I was with, that I
Mhm.
needed everyone to like me. So I needed to be knowledgeable and act like, I would, like, somebody would say, "Have you ever heard of this?" And I would be like, "Yeah." I mean, not in a while. Or I would just,
Mhm.
just try to play it off so that they would talk about it. Now, if they ask me, is like, "So have you ever watched this or seen this or done this?" I'd be like, "No,
Mm-mm.
no."
No.
And it's in and I will now be like, "I don't really like that." Like, that's not my thing.
Having an opinion about something?
I know, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like, I would tell them,
Mhm.
"What is I just wiped, like, dust on my face." I was like, "What is this?" Like, what is that? It was like I was like I had my hand on my desk, and I was like, "Apparently there's something on my desk." Alright, anyway.
But
Um,
yeah, I've done the same thing. You needing to be who they wanted you to be or
yes.
who you thought they wanted you to be.
Yes!
That's the key is, did they really want you to be that or did yeah, sorry.
No, no,
Did
no, no, that's my
oh,
"fuck that shit" I'm out.
oh,
Like, it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
tossing it out and just flipping it off as I go, and like,
Yeah, and because I've done the same thing.
yeah,
Or like I started listening to their music. I started liking the things that they liked. I started watching the things that they watch, and I
yes,
was like,
yes,
and I think there's a certain amount of there is a certain amount of expanding your horizons
yeah,
that's not bad. It's fine
yeah.
to do. It's what's the intent behind it.
That
For me, the intent
that
was if I it, is that created connection, and if I didn't have that, then they would get
right,
rid of me. They'd abandon me.
right,
So I had to force the connections. I had to force the things that I like. I had to be what they wanted, what they would be find interesting, and put away the stuff that if they made any sort of negative comment about something that I liked, I that stuff disappeared
yep.
right down the rabbit hole. Forget it. And so I would minimize all of that stuff.
No, that's giving me the ick.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
I know there are people right now who are just like, "Oh,
mhm.
it's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine." You know what?
Mhm.
Everybody's on their own journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah. So it's one of those I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And
Mm-mm.
notice that the people like you start seeing like, oh, all of a sudden you're like, oh, we don't have anything in common anymore. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not pretending to be somebody else I'm not.
Yes. Yeah, that
And
is
here's I am. I like this is who I am. This is what I like. And if you really liked the person who fawned over you and pretended to be everything you
mhm.
like, then obviously ain't it. This ain't
Yeah.
it.
Y yeah, it's people that when you do that, people that aren't expecting that or didn't see that or didn't know it or, like, they're, like, kind of seeing you for, like, "Wait, what's going on here?" And I think a lot of times people have trouble with that,
Mhm.
and they have trouble adjusting to it. I think some people it's just catching by surprise. So I think because I don't want to put this on the person I'm with and go because I did it because I had to do it with them. I did it because it's how I felt safe. But so sometimes people are like, well, I didn't know you like this. I didn't know this was you. I didn't. Oh, apparently we don't have anything in common. It wasn't
Mhm.
necessarily their. It wasn't their fault. But like they're kind of in a way a victim of it because I changed who I was for because I thought
Right.
that that's what they wanted.
Right. Oh yeah. And then it becomes a whole thing. It becomes a
Yeah,
whole thing.
yeah. But sometimes you're right. People in your life, you realize you don't end up having anything in common with them.
And then it's fine.
Yeah.
I think okay, but and
Mhm, mhm.
yes, and um it still hurts because
Oh, yeah.
again, the people pleasing part doesn't go away. It's still part of who you are. It's just one of those things where it's not a tool that you need anymore.
Mhm,
So when you do grow apart from that person, you come to it still hurts.
mhm. Oh,
It
yeah.
it still hurts because you're like that person, like it still fucking hurts.
Mhm.
Okay, we're gonna keep the dark humor. The dark humor stays.
Yeah,
The
that yeah,
dark
we're not
humor
getting rid of
stays.
that.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
the dark humor came from our trauma, and I love the meme that says, "My trauma gave me humor. That's why I'm funny." And you know what? That's
Mhm.
that's why we're here. That's why we have 3 bards and a dragon. That is like
The
trauma made us
the dark humor and laughing at stuff because 'cause we're like 12.
Yeah,
That's just not gonna go away.
no,
That's
no.
here to
So
stay.
I mean, we're not even going to like.
If you don't like that, forget it. It doesn't I don't
But okay, granted, it says that we made humor to keep the emotional distance because things get
yeah.
uncomfortable. Yeah, and now we've just embraced it. It's just a thing. But
Yeah.
but here's the difference. Here's the difference, Chance. I've noticed that in you and also in me
Mhm.
and just our friends in general is like we'll make a dark humor joke and like and our ADD asses will like run with it. But
Mhm.
we'll always come back to it. We'll always come
Mhm.
back to what made us uncomfortable. But we all
Yeah.
I know in
We'll
our
call
friend
it out.
yeah, our all of our friend group will be like, "Okay, we understand that that joke was made because maybe that's our way of saying we need a little bit of a break,
Mhm.
but we'll always come back to it now." Whereas in
Mhm.
before, we would just try to keep not just
It
detour
was a
be
mask. The
yeah,
dark humor previously was a mask to
yeah,
cover everything up,
yeah,
so we didn't have to deal with what was uncomfortable.
yes.
And now it's because it's who we are, but we're gonna come back to
We're
it.
funny as fuck.
We are. We're
We
hilarious.
are hilarious.
Yeah, and we call
But
out
orgy!
why we're making the jokes.
But
Yeah, exactly.
orgy!
Mhm.
Distrust. You know what?
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't honestly, I feel like that's one I'm still working on.
Yeah.
If I'm being real
Yeah.
honest, that
Yeah.
one's one that's just that I can't really speak on that because that's one I'm still working on.
I would say, yeah, just it, new because I've met a bunch of new people over the last year and stuff. Meeting new people and being able to trust and like,
Mhm.
how are they going to hurt me? Like that stuff is still sitting deep
Yeah.
in me, and like
Yeah.
hmm,
And for me, it's one of those, especially it's like, are they not talking to me because they're avoiding me? Are they not, like
oh yeah,
especially because
yes,
I'm out meeting new people and it's one of those,
uh-huh.
like, are they doing this because 'cause they're like the whole, like, are they repeating
Second
the same
guess,
yeah, are they repeating the same patterns of this toxic person that was in my life and I don't and I fuck that shit, I'm out. Like, it's one
yeah.
of those. So we're gonna pause on that one. We're
We're still
just gonna
working on that. We're
we're
still
still
working on
working
that.
on that
We'll come
one.
back to it. Yeah. The last
The
one.
last one or the next
Yeah.
one?
Oh, is that what? Number 5.
I need you to go fuck yourself. I need you to fuck right off.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I
Were
need you
you
to
gonna
fuck
skip
right
over
off.
that? Was that what was gonna happen?
Okay, fine. All right. We're both guilty of this one. So,
What? No, I mean, yes, we are absolutely. So we.
however, I have gotten better. I have gotten immensely better at this one.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
This is how uncomfortable we are. We aren't even saying. Okay.
Would you like me to read it? Would you like me
Yes, you read it.
Okay. So the next one is something that we're still dealing with. It is called control issues. Yeah, the person everyone calls when things go sideways, or the person everyone expects to handle things so they don't go sideways. Expects to handle things. Yeah.
Or started as if I control everything,
Nothing.
nothing bad happens, Sean.
If I think through every possible scenario
Mhm.
to the nth degree, if I plan out every conversation and every possible choice and decision
Hello.
like a chess game, hey, um, I'll be fine. I will. Everything will be fine. I will be safe if I could just plan out how everything's going to work and what everyone's going to say. Isn't that's isn't that how things work? Isn't
And
that
I'm going to make sure that I control everyone and the situation and
yes,
control everything because
yes,
that way
yes. I'll be
I
safe.
I'll be safe. And
And
I
and people like me. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Control. We're that still working on
we are
that.
so but honestly, I if I'm being 100% honest,
Mhm.
um Now, for me, it is the control issues have the same thought process, the same feelings with the control issues are still there. They still exist.
Mhm.
Oh, thanks.
Hey,
Welcome.
well,
Welcome to our
yeah.
corner of the internet.
Welcome.
It's a
Yeah.
safe space. So,
Mhm.
welcome. Um, but the control issues are still mentally here, but
Mhm.
they don't manifest themselves into this is one of those like you said earlier where we have to accept that the it hasn't gone away, but the thing, like, there are steps there, it's a scale.
Yes, yes.
So
It's
I
a
am
spectrum.
right, it's a spectrum.
Yeah.
So I still think the thoughts,
Mhm.
of, well,
Mhm.
if they did X, Y, and Z, then blah blah blah, blah whatever, but it
Mhm.
doesn't come out my mouth. It doesn't manifest itself into actions and text messages. It doesn't manifest itself in behaviors.
Mhm.
It's also stopped itself to the point where it's one of those when I start ruminating and I start doing the controlling thing, I then get to a point where I go, but I can't control other people and I
Mhm.
can't control situations that I'm in. I can only control myself. So
Mhm.
how we act in today.
Mhm.
And I think that's a growth part. That is where I have to acknowledge the growth that I haven't it's not like it doesn't ever exist. It doesn't literally take up space in my brain because it takes up a lot of space in my brain because that was a major part of how I functioned. But now it stays in my brain and doesn't and that's where it stays. And also coming to the facts of this is the this
Mhm.
is I can't control this.
Yeah.
I want to, and acknowledging the fact, and this is where the growth is, the
Yeah.
accepting that the cracks are there, but you acknowledge this is the integration part of it. Accepting that I want to control it. I
Mhm.
know I can't. So the only thing I can do is control myself and how I react to it, how I behave to it.
Absolutely.
That's growth. That is
Yes.
growing forward. That's healing forward.
Snug says, "Why do I feel like you're talking about me?" That we get that a lot. We get
A
that
lot.
a lot.
Well,
People are like, "Why you
again,
call me out? Why you call me?" We're like, "We're not. We're calling ourselves out."
this is a
But
safe space of
it
the
is this
internet.
space. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Um,
Anna, and that's Sean, in case
I,
you wanted to hi. Welcome.
yes. So for me, it manifests in again like planning out every conversation, planning out responses, and how things are going to go, and anticipating what if I say this, they're going to say that, and then I'm going to say this. That's still I'm the same way, like you said, it still happens. It's still in the brain. My thoughts still, I will still find myself going there, but now I catch myself. I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm going there, and I'm okay. That's happening. My brain is doing that, but that doesn't mean I have to actually base what I'm going to do on that.
Mhm.
I can accept that that's happening, but then okay, I'm just going to do the thing that is important to me, the thing that I'm going to say, because for me it's like trying to control the narrative, trying to control the situation, trying to control how people what people know about me and what people think about me. So I'm not going to say this, I am going to say this, and I find myself, I realize now when I'm doing that, when my brain is going, ooh, if I say this and they may think that, and just saying the thing, and just like, you know what, if they do, if they think that, so, okay, they think that, and maybe they won't. Surprisingly, I know this is going to be a shocker for everybody. The things that I come up with in my head aren't usually right. I know everybody's like, "What? You're kidding me?" That's yeah. The stuff that I imagine that's going to say, the chess match that I imagine is going to play out doesn't typically play out the way I
What?
imagine it. I know,
That's a
crazy, right?
shocker.
Shocker.
Jay said, "Don't forget, I'm going to get blamed for problems, so I will control the situation so I can minimize the amount of blame I will take and have the receipts for
Yes.
the things that I can't control."
Yeah. When you
Listen,
find yourself documenting that,
that's the
yeah,
black sheep anthem right here.
yeah, yeah.
Hello,
But
problem
that's
child.
but that's also the golden child, because for the golden child, I have to be perfect. So I'm going to keep receipts as to why it's not my fault. I'm
Mhm.
keeping receipts too, just
Mhm.
with a different, just from a different
Oh,
perspective.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
like, oh, I'm the victim here. That's not my fault. It didn't matter what I couldn't have helped that. So I'm also trying to keep receipts as to
Mhm.
why I'm still perfect.
Well, welcome,
Yeah.
Snacks.
Welcome.
Okay. Ooh, fuck, fuck. Okay, we're gonna skip 6. We're
We
gonna
are okay.
yeah, we're
Okay.
we're gonna skip 6 because, like, I just for time's sake, but
Yeah.
7.
Oh, can we just give 7 to? I think we have to
Nope.
like 7.
Nope.
We
Nope.
should
Nope. Nope.
just leapfrog. We
Nope.
don't need to. I
Nope.
feel like
Oh,
it's redundant at
oh,
this
okay. You
point.
wanna go to do you wanna go to 8?
No, no. Oh crap, no.
Okay,
Okay,
alright.
the rest of these are okay. 7. We'll start with 7. Mm,
Over-explaining. Over-explaining.
over
Started
explaining.
as,
Oh
"If
my
I
god.
explain enough, maybe they won't get mad."
Mm.
Upgraded to the person who anticipates questions before they're asked. Still calibrating, knowing when enough information is enough.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I am so guilty of over explaining.
Fuck, you and I both,
So
like, it
guilty.
was just, like,
Yeah.
text messages of just
Just
explaining ourselves.
explain. Yeah, just these. I call them War and Peace books of just here's how I feel, here's what I'm
Why?
thinking, and here's
Why?
why. This is why I'm justified in feeling or thinking what I felt. That is such a learn. Oh my, our trauma, this learned behavior from our trauma is so bad because
Yeah.
for me, like in my marriage, if I felt a certain way, if I was upset about something, if
Mhm.
something happened and I wanted to talk about it, I
That
couldn't just talk about it.
that
Hey, something's bothering me. Can we
that
talk about it? No, I
100%.
had to bring the court,
Situations, you
the
had to
court
okay.
documents.
Yeah, yes, yes, the situations, the
Yes,
time, the date,
yes.
the what they
The
did
receipts,
exactly,
all
all the receipts, and then you would also have, like, you would have to bring all of these things, and then
yes,
explain
all of
why
it.
all of it, why that situation made you feel that way, and
Yeah,
you had to
yeah.
go in deep into detail, and they still would sit there and look at you like this.
What you?
And
Yeah,
then you would have to sit through a fucking lecture about why that
them
was
trying to poke holes in it.
right,
Them
why
trying to,
that was
yeah.
not why that's not that you like, no, this
You
is
shouldn't have felt that way.
right. This is
Yes,
why you shouldn't have felt that way.
yes,
This is
yes.
why it shouldn't bother you. This is why I'm right and you're wrong. And it's just like,
Yeah. So
okay.
I am before I've over explained to someone else, I've over explained to myself because I've got to track everything. I've got to know everything and yeah. Oh yes.
Snug says
So,
I over explained then burst out crying because I feel guilty or wasting time.
ooh. Mhm.
I have done that.
Yeah.
And I've also over explained and then because of my relationship trauma, um,
Mm.
I've over explained and then I feel like I get that then I start trying to explain why I'm
Why?
not crazy. Why I
Yeah.
am not crazy. Why I like because you realize you sent these like 8 like novel texts and you're like, shit.
What are they thinking about? I'm crazy now.
Fuck. They
Yeah.
think I'm this crazy emotional thing, and then you're like over explaining
Oh,
why
and
that's
you're apologizing, over
yes.
apologizing for everything that you apologizing for existing is pretty much what's happening at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, tell me, tell me you have trauma without telling me you have trauma. Poof.
Let me pull out my scroll.
Yes,
um,
exactly.
but
Oh,
I think that's something I'm definitely tossing.
mhm. Yeah.
Definitely. That is one of those in my I have not 100% gotten over. I still
Mhm,
do it, but
mhm,
I do it in shorter sentences. I
mhm.
do it like the whole um like I'll do it in 1 or 2 sentences now. And, like,
Yeah,
especially people because the people in my life now that they'll, like, call me out on it the moment I do it. They're like, You're overthinking this." It's kinda like,
yeah.
oh, okay." Um, but I think that that's one I'm tossing because,
Mhm.
I'm still working on it, but in my head, like, I will sit there and I will start a text, but thank God I get to that point, I'm like,
Why am I typing all of this?
"Yes," and I'll go, "This is not necessary."
Yes.
And it's that has stopped me so many times It doesn't mean that I am still, like, not overthinking it, and I'm still not unapologetically like, "Okay, this is who I am and fuck it."
Mhm.
But, again, like the controlling issues, it stops here.
Yeah.
It's getting sometimes it gets through and gets into the text, but no further. Like, I don't send them anymore.
Mhm. Yeah. Sometimes because you point out I'm editing myself a lot. That a lot of times lately. That's what I'm doing actually. Is I will type the over explanation, and then I'll be like, why am I typing all of this? Why am I? And like, no, I don't need to explain back face. And then like my answer ended up being like two
Ok
words
okay.
for like 5 minutes of typing. Like that's a lot of times what I'm doing now is like I'm trying not to over explain because no is a complete sentence.
Yes.
Yes is a complete sentence. Okay is a
It's a
complete
complete
sentence.
sentence.
It's a complete sentence. I
Yes.
don't have to. I can provide some context if necessary, but I don't I'm like you said, I'm getting rid of that one. I'm tossing
Mhm.
that one out where I feel the need to do that.
That there's a difference between, like, there is understanding what context is because
Mhm.
when you're over explaining yourself, you think you're giving context, but you're not.
Mm-mm. Yep.
Context is factual information and it's not this whole in-depth thing. It is literally here's context of why I feel this way.
Mhm.
And sometimes context is needed. I'm angry right now, but I'm angry right now because what maybe something you did triggered me or whatever, and I'm angry because XYZ. I need a minute.
Mhm.
I need a minute, then we can come back and talk about this. Like, that's
Mhm.
context.
Mhm.
Over explaining is, "I'm angry at you. Here's the million things about what my ex did to me that you're doing now. Here's why that happens." It's like, they don't need all that.
And here's why I'm justified in feeling this way. Because that's where
Exactly.
a lot of mine comes from is
Why am I justifying?
justifying
Yes.
why I feel this way. So,
I'm struggling to and you
yeah,
know what? It takes time. It
it
really does,
does.
sucks. It really does. I
It
mean, we
is.
still do it.
Yeah, like I said, sometimes it's typing all of it out and then going, I don't need to send that, and then getting rid of it
Right.
because it's in the spectrum of it's not going from one to the other. It's sometimes there's that process where you start to pull back and you start to toss that, and you're not relying on it as much. So yeah, it's a process. It takes work.
Okay, we are skipping number 8 because
Um,
I'm reading that
okay,
just for time. We're skipping number 8. But
yeah, that's fine.
number
We
9,
are hitting number 9.
fuck you.
Oof.
You know what? Fuck you.
You
Again,
too.
this
You too. All right,
you
number
read it. No, you read it. I read the
9.
last
Okay.
one.
All right, number 9. Isolation. Or it's called independence. Knowing how to be alone without being lonely. Isolation. Starting as people hurt you, so you stop meeting them. What? Yeah, yeah. Why did you slide off? I noticed you slid off camera. Look at that. Where'd you go?
None
Where'd
of
you
your business.
go? Are you isolating yourself? Is that what's happening? Upgraded to solitude as a resource, not a wound. The sign of growth, choosing to be alone versus hiding in aloneness. Whew. Mm. I'm feeling this one a little bit. Feeling getting that little. Okay.
Okay.
I am very prone to someone saying something, doing something, and me getting miffed about it, and me feeling a certain way about it. And so I switch into this. Well, if you're gonna be that way, then fine. I'm just not gonna talk to you. I'm just gonna sit here in my aloneness. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna. You know what? Oh yeah. And with with I'm not sure what the right emotion there. What's sad about this is that a lot of times the other person doesn't even have a clue. I'm just sitting here in my feels, unhealthy feels, and going, I'm just gonna sit here. You know what? I'm just not gonna talk to you for a little bit.
I'm so glad that yours comes from that.
Yeah.
Um Okay, isolation is one I'm gonna keep. However,
Mm,
again, it's one of those, the purpose is different.
yes.
Um, I was, and Sean, you and I have both have talked about this. It was as a child told when I was emotionally dysregulated, go to
Mhm.
your room until you figure out how to behave, and then you
Yep.
can come back out. So
Same
it
way.
was literally training on when
Yeah.
I am feeling intense emotions, when I am feeling hurt, angry, sad, anything that is uncomfortable or an uncomfortable emotions, because there's no good or bad emotions. There's
Mhm.
uncomfortable and comfortable ones.
Yep.
Um, by not I'm gonna teach them a lesson by not talking to them, right? Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I love doing it when I feel really shitty. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So we were trained that any uncomfortable emotions weren't anybody else's problem but ourselves.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
fast forward to being an adult, fast forward to all of the traumas, fast forward to all of those things. And I don't want to burden or be a burden to the people I care about. I don't want I am in a deeply uncomfortable emotional state. So and I can't handle the rejection. I can't handle the
Mhm.
invalidation. I can't handle the dismissiveness. So instead of being honest about where I'm at, I'm just
Mhm.
going to just not talk to people. I'm going to isolate because that is what I was trained to do.
Yep.
I was
Yeah.
trained to handle my shit
Mhm. On your own,
on my own.
without anybody,
No help.
just do it on your own.
Yes.
Until you came out the other side.
Yes.
Which, because going to the room wasn't about learning to deal with and work through and become dysregulated in a healthy way. No, it was going to your room until it passed or until you could mask it
Yes.
enough. So it was not a healthy way to deal with it. So doing that now still isn't a healthy way to deal with it. I'm still doing it in an unhealthy way. I'm still
Yes.
waiting for it to pass
Yes.
or for me to get to a point where I feel like I'm masking it enough.
Yes. But I understand now
Mhm.
that why I'm keeping it is a deep need for me to, because I have that urge to just not be a burden, and it's almost like reducing the noise, the
Mhm.
emotional noise. When I am in a very deep dysregulated state or an uncomfortable state, I need to be left alone because my
Mhm.
like this past week, I literally said, I told a friend, I don't want to be alone, but please don't touch me. Please don't touch
Mhm.
me, because my nerve endings are just like, I just please don't touch me. And
Mhm.
it's also, so the isolation is in a fact of sort of like any, like the conference, they have those isolation rooms and
Mhm.
stuff for when you're overstimulated. I think that that's my mental way of going. I'm overstimulated with everything that's going on. It's not you.
Mhm.
And so it's still a useful tool, but it's, again, just like you said, it's how you approach it. Now I'm going, I need a minute
Mhm.
versus I'm going to figure it out, because I know that I need, again, reactive versus responsive. I need to get myself to a place where I'm not reactive and I'm able to verbalize in a healthy manner. Not necessarily that the feeling has gone away, not necessarily that I'm still not feeling dark and deep and terrible, but I'm able to get myself, I isolate to get myself to a point to where I can, in a healthy manner, ask for the help that I need. I'm not masking it. It hasn't gone
Mhm.
away. I'm not dismissing it. It is just one of those, okay, I am not reacting. I am not in a super dysregulated state to where, because if I'm like asking when I'm in a dysregulated state, sometimes I'm asking for the wrong help.
Mhm. Yeah.
So sometimes the isolation is okay, as long as the isolation is not a long-term thing.
Yeah.
However,
Mhm.
For those of us who suffer from true depression, especially clinical depression, sometimes isolation is a thing and you can't help it, and that's okay. I want to make that clear
Mhm.
because I know for me, if I go long stretches without talking to a lot of different people, I feel like, oh, I'm such a terrible friend. I'm such a terrible person. Isolation is okay when you can't control it. And you can and sometimes, especially for those who suffer, for those of us who do suffer from clinical depression, it is a thing. And you just it's not something that you like. It's not something that you want to do. It is not something that you want to push people away. It is just it's again, it's one of those things, it's a state of being. And when you come out the other side, if you've been honest and you have healthy relationships with people, they understand. And they'll be like, okay, well, I'm glad you're back.
Mhm. It's the intent. A lot of it comes down to what is the intent behind it? What are you attempting to
Yeah.
accomplish by that isolation?
Yes. Sean,
What? What?
catastrophizing.
What? 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 What?
Catastrophizing.
Huh? What?
Con-
Hey, if I know the worst case scenario, then
yeah. How's that
I'll
working
be
out for you?
fine. It's not working out for me well at all.
It started as the worst will happen, so I will always be prepared for it. It's
Right?
upgraded
Exactly.
to scenario planning, risk assessment, and not being caught off guard.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
reframe. Being prepared isn't the same as expecting disaster. I'm going to say this for you, Jay. I'm going to say that. Jay, are you listening to me? Jay, are you listening to me? Being prepared is not the same as expecting disaster.
Yeah, I am guilty of catastrophizing.
Yeah.
That is definitely that's one that I'm working to get rid of because I don't feel like I need to catastrophize.
Mhm.
Um, but it is definitely a process for me. I am quick to go to make the leap to worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And then my body reacts to worst case scenario, and it just
Mhm.
the spiral is fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so that is definitely so what I work on is cutting that off. That worst
Jason,
case
sorry,
scenario.
Jason here, man. I think he went to go get ice for that burn. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, is recognizing that that's where I'm going.
Mhm.
And because again, it's comes from fear. The catastrophizing is coming from I'm afraid of what could happen. So if I imagine the worst case scenario, and then I can prep for the worst case scenario, or manipulate things to prevent the worst case scenario, then I can protect myself because I'm afraid that if I don't, I don't trust that I will handle things in a healthy way.
Mhm.
So I've got to plan ahead, thinking that that's what's going to happen. Because
Yeah.
it's not just being prepared. That's going to happen because that's where my body reacts from. My body is reacting from that's going to happen, and so I
Mhm.
need to. So I end up putting my body and my mind and my emotions through the ringer completely unnecessarily
Mhm.
because surprise, surprise, the catastrophe rarely happens.
As we all know, my philosophy for life before all of the trauma work was
Hmm.
plan for the worst, hope for the best, and deal with what comes. And for the
Hmm.
longest time, I thought that was a very healthy way of thinking. I thought, I'm always
Hmm.
prepared. I'm always, what I didn't realize is that was motherfucking trauma.
Hmm.
Okay. Like that
Hmm.
was not my personality. That was motherfucking trauma.
Hmm.
And it was because I was the black sheep, because I was always the problem, because I was always made to feel the problem. I had to prepare for the worst so that way mentally and emotionally I was prepared when it at the worst happened.
Hmm.
And so that I not necessarily can control the situation, but I wasn't caught off guard
Yes.
because it was a protective thing.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um and you know, now it's one of those, you're right, I'm going to the worst case scenario. But and like this is the part where again acknowledging the growth without acknowledging the fact that maybe I'm still doing, like knowing I'm still doing it. I
Hmm.
still catastrophize.
Mhm.
It's such an ingrained part of me. I still do it. Worst case scenario. However, again, I'm like, I want to challenge that thought.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay, that's worst case scenario. I'm going to challenge that thought. I still have the catastrophic thought.
Mhm.
I still have the catastrophic thought of what's the worst possible thing that can hurt me,
Mhm.
and I still have it. It still exists. But but let's challenge
Mhm.
that thought.
Yeah.
And I think that it's that having that balance.
Yes.
My
I
body's
agree.
still reacting to
Yeah.
the catastrophic thought.
Mhm.
But again, like you said, it doesn't last nearly as long.
Yes.
It doesn't
Mhm.
debilitate me.
Yes, because that's what would happen to me is it would become debilitating.
Yes.
My nervous system would react so intensely that it became debilitating. So one question about the catastrophizing, where does overpacking fit into that?
You can go fuck yourself again. And you know what? He who live in glass houses should shit in the basement because buddy, I have seen your suitcases. I don't want to even no, you can go fuck
Ah,
all the way off.
I just want to make sure that that we all had sufficient ice for this.
Oh, you make for all you call that. Okay, okay, okay. Uh okay, here's a good question before we go into the next segment because then we can wrap this up.
Okay.
But is there
Yeah.
something you do now that people compliment you that you know came from something traumatizing or difficult?
Not that I can think of. They maybe nothing I can think of right away.
Yeah, because you swat away compliments, Sean.
Pretty much, yes. I that is something I'm working on. Yes, accepting
I don't
compliments.
I
We
don't
didn't
know if
cover that
anybody's
one.
ever complimented me
I
about
don't think
something I did.
anybody's
No,
ever.
no, because
Yeah,
every time we
no.
compliment you, you give us 12 reasons about why not to compliment you.
I mean, it's not a big deal. It's fine. It's yeah. That's a whole yeah. That's a whole other bullet point. Accepting compliments.
Always calm under pressure. Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah, Jay.
yes,
Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah. Um, what about you? What I'm thinking. What about you?
Oh, what about me?
I mean, I know one for you, but let's go.
Okay, what?
Anna can always Anna will take care of it. Anna's great. Anna will always be ready
That's
to
not a
take care of it.
compliment.
Yeah, people. Have you not heard your dad say it? Papa Roogs. Yeah.
But compliment you now about
Oh.
something that you've gotten better about.
Oh, but okay, that's different. All right.
That is different. I want that. My backup plans have backup plans. Actually, that is something about catastrophizing. That is literally what it says.
Yes.
Catastrophizing is contingency planning, which is you already have a backup plan for the backup plan. That is literally
Hmm.
what it says in there, Jay. I think the one that I think the one that like that people really say about me right now
Hmm.
um is I am very unapologetically myself.
Hmm.
And that one is one I'm still working on, but two, it's like if you only fucking knew. Yes, now I'm unapologetically myself. Now I will go tell you to go fuck yourself if you're going to try to manipulate me and you're going to try to lie to me and you're going to try to minimize me or what all these things. Now I will tell
Hmm.
you those things. However, after having the mom that I had and the marriage that I had, like it's like that I apologize for just fucking existing.
Yeah.
I just apologize just for breathing. Like and people compliment me now about that. And honestly, I say thank you because my therapist is telling me I need to learn how to accept compliments without
Hmm.
minimizing them or invalidating them. But in my head, it still hurts a little bit when people say that. Um, I didn't say I'm snugs and I'm a horrible person. Now see, see. Growth. Because
Mhm.
first off, Snugs, we don't know you.
Mhm.
So you come here with no judgment from us. And trust me, you should go back and watch some of our shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We've done some shit.
We have.
And we've been through some shit.
We have. We've seen
Um,
some things. Mhm.
yes, we've seen some things. But when people say that to me, I'm instantly hit with, you have no idea in my head. Like in my head, when they say you're just so sure of yourself, you're so confident in yourself. I'm like, you
Mhm.
have no idea what work I had to do to get here. And I'm still not. I'm still like, there's still part. Am I healthier? Am I quicker to do use my tools? When I feel the need, when I feel insecure, when I feel apologetic, when I feel the need to please, people please, and I feel all those needs, am I quick to know the right tools to say that, to handle that situation? Yes. But when that's the part that like they say, oh, you're just so you're just so sure of yourself. And I'm
Mhm.
like, go back 5 years. I like literally, I have video evidence. Go back 5 years. Go back
Oh,
5 years.
yeah.
Watch her streams from 5 years ago.
Mhm.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I acknowledge that I am now getting closer to my goal of being more sure and secure in myself and who I am and my relationships because I've worked so very hard on it. But that's one of those ones I'm just like, I feel the warm and fuzzies and I
This mhm.
I feel the pain because again, I have to acknowledge the trauma that I had to work through to get there. And
Yeah.
that trauma is still there, and the pain is still there, and that pain and trauma, again, like we said at the beginning, it is the foundation on which this person is built on right now. But that foundation is still there, and it's just it's jarring almost because the difference is night and day. Oh, I didn't even see the pick me up. Okay, we're gonna take a pause because
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Bear. I did not see the pick me up, but here we go. Because we still have like we have a quick segment on the next segment, but okay.
Mhm.
But Bear, I fucking love you. And I mean this with all my heart. You are from the moment that we messaged each other on TikTok, from the moment that you have come into my life because we fucking, yeah, Bear and I met through a stitch on TikTok. Like
Mhm.
that is like how we met. You have become one of the most, like, foundationally important people in my life, and
Mhm.
you've been through motherfucking hell and back, and we all like, anybody in Team AOA knows that, like, who
Yep.
and you've
Yep.
still managed, even with the all of the deeply traumatizing things that you have gone through, has still managed to maintain, and that just huge heart, that huge sense of, kindness and and it's admirable. And I know it doesn't feel like it, and I'm not minimizing your pain because I know that everything that you've been through, Bear, has been very, very difficult. But you have, if anybody's a really good example of somebody who is taking every single traumatizing moment that they go through and heals forward, who keeps, even when you're emotionally and mentally bleeding, you still keep moving forward for yourself, for the people, for your family, for the people that you love. You're that person. You are a quintessential person. And I am very grateful and thankful that you are in my life and that these past 4 years have existed. And I love you. You are, again, my part of my core group. You're one of my bards. And
It's a very select group of people.
that is a very slick group of people. And,
Mhm.
I love you and I'm proud of you. And I'm proud that you never give up. Even when you want to, you don't.
Mhm.
And that is admirable.
It's
And
very
that is
pick me up.
all true.
Absolutely. Every word of it.
Every
Mhm.
single word of it. Um, I feel that it's for me, like I am an amazing actor because I am, but most of all, so insecure.
I find that the most insecure are often the best actors, maskers, call it masking, trying to hide all that. I mean, I'm guilty of that a lot.
You're not really a good actor, Sean.
Okay, I try to. Okay, so this insecurity part is right. It also doesn't help that you're hyper vigilant, so I can't hide anything from you anyway. It's other people. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're welcome, Bear. Okay, keeping the good parts on purpose. PTG isn't about
Mm.
becoming someone new. It's about taking the accidental adaptations and making them intentional. You built survival tools. Now you get to decide which ones become a permanent equipment. Okay, here's number one. The
Mm.
difference between a trauma response and a personality trait is choice. PTG, post traumatic growth, is when you get the choice back. Trauma responses run automatically. Personality traits are things you've chosen to keep.
It's doing something in the moment, um, and making a choice to actually. It's where my therapist said when I first played that game with one of my therapists, he was like, "Yeah, and your trauma and your has created parts of your personality, but it doesn't make it. It's not bad. It's not. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It just makes it who you are.
Yeah.
And just because the trauma has made your personality or has affected your personality doesn't mean you have it's something that you're supposed to fix. You can
Your your therapist was doing PTG.
right, yeah, exactly. He's like, you decide, is that something I like about myself
Yeah,
or not?
right.
So it's about making the choice, it's having the choice. Because up until this point, it hasn't been a choice. The trauma it has affected us whether we wanted it to or not, and now we're actually making a choice about it.
Ooh, okay,
Oh,
we're skipping 2, I'm going to 3. And this one
okay.
that's what that face was, folks. So I know I made a face.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 is you don't have to dismantle everything. Some of what trauma built is actually load bearing.
Ooh.
Not every coping mechanism needs to go. Some is actually really useful. Is this protecting me or is this familiar?
Yeah.
You're allowed to keep the wit, the humor, the armor as long as you're choosing it to.
And that's what we talked about earlier. Is
Yes.
like with the dark humor,
Yeah.
is we recognize it, we're aware of it, and
Yes.
we call it out.
Yes.
But we like that part. We
Yeah.
like that aspect of it, of ourselves.
Ah, you guys are really funny. Thanks. It's my trauma. Like
Yeah, exactly.
it's
That is
just
the
thanks. It's
trauma.
my
Yeah.
trauma. It's like
Mhm.
but yeah, it's okay, that's great.
Yeah, yeah. We don't have to get rid of everything just because it came from our trauma. It doesn't mean that we have to toss it out.
um Oh my god, why growth makes some relationships uncomfortable. You outpace the dynamic.
Oh.
Relationships are built on dynamics, and when one person
Hmm.
changes, that dynamic has to renegotiate. Some
Yeah.
relationships can't hold the new version of you. That's information, not failure.
Hmm.
Growing apart isn't betrayal. Sometimes it's just the math.
Yeah, we've talked about that a bunch of times. Is what happens when you heal as you are healing, and
Yeah.
this is and after. Not every relationship is going to survive that. Not when someone looks at you and goes, I don't even recognize you anymore. Like
Mhm.
they typically mean that as a pejorative thing, but in the case if you've been healing and they go, I don't recognize you anymore, that's actually good because I shouldn't be recognizable anymore.
I fucking hate that. You're not the person that you were when I met you.
Yes, you're not the person I married. You're not the person I met when
Right.
you're not who you used to be. You're different. I don't recognize this side of you. Well, yeah,
I hope the
cause
fuck
healing.
I hope the fuck I'm not.
That's a compliment. You didn't mean it that way, but that's a compliment.
And if
And
that
that
bothers you, that seems like a you problem, not a me
yeah,
problem.
because there's one way in which that's more of an observation. You're different than, but a lot of times when I hear it, when it's presented, it's pejorative.
Mhm,
But yeah, if you're healing through it, absolutely. If someone said that to me about like when I first got married versus what I am now, I
mhm.
hope I'm not the same person.
Same.
Right? I don't want to be the same person.
No.
I don't want to be recognizable.
That person, that woman when I was
Hmm. Without judging who I was, because
okay, we're
that's
not
not
judging. All right,
we're
folks.
not
All right.
we're not judging, but we can also look at that person and go,
Oh, well, that's awesome,
"That's not who I
Snacks.
am."
That's good.
That is good. That is good. Yeah.
I mean,
Not everybody can do that.
not everybody can, and everybody's on their different journey.
They are, and it
Yeah,
takes it's
it takes a
both
lot of work.
people.
Yes.
It takes both people, because that's the thing is one person may be okay with it, but the other person may not be. And if you're healing and they're not, that's where a lot of it comes from. Yeah. That's a lot of the shift in dynamics comes from one person healing and one person not.
Mhm.
And it's also possible that both people are healing and it still takes them
Yeah,
in different
yeah.
directions. That's hard. That's really hard. But it happens. It's recognizing that that's what's happening.
Mhm. Um, okay.
Mhm.
Oh god, okay, it's the ongoing nature of growth. This isn't the finish line, it's a new operating system. Post-traumatic growth is not a destination, it's a mode you start running in. So, let's put it in all my nerdy tech thing. It is upgrading from Windows XP to Windows
Oh,
11.
Vista. When is
Windows
Millennium?
Vista,
Ugh.
Windows Vista to
Oh
Windows
god.
11. Like
Yeah.
it's the same operating system. It's still Windows, right? Okay. But it's an upgraded different version. It's an upgraded version. It's not, it doesn't mean that that's the end all be all because if you think of it that
Mhm.
way, eventually over the years something else is going to come up, something else is going to cause hurt you or a challenging event or challenge you, and
Mhm.
it's gonna knock you on your ass. Just like I said
Yeah.
last week, it's gonna knock
Yeah.
you on your ass. And you know that it's going to knock me on my ass. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to learn and I'm going to move forward. I'm going to heal forward. And then there's a whole new operating system. It's Windows 13. I don't know. It's like, it's a new operating
Yeah.
system. So you're still you, just an upgraded version of you. So it's
Yeah.
you're never hitting that. Okay, I've worked on this trauma. I'm healed from this trauma. I am a different person now. Now you're a different person. Now something else is going to traumatize you, and something else is going to hurt
Yes.
you, and something else is going to affect you.
Yes.
It's an
It
ongoing
doesn't.
journey. Yeah.
Yeah, the trauma thing. Yeah, it's not like you're gonna live a trauma-free life at that point. It's not like nothing's ever gonna happen that's gonna kick you on your butt. It's going to.
Mhm.
But how does this new version, how does this new operating system handle that new trauma?
um, yeah. And then the closing. Congratulations on making it. You didn't know what you were building, but you're here now. You are
Well,
here. Like my last week's episode. You are here. And some of what got built is actually pretty great. So it's understanding that you have to hurt and accepting the hurt. I think it's the
mhm.
Sean, for somebody who intellectualizes, um, I hope I'm due. I'm done with 40 years of trauma. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
So- Same. In I think again, this whole and last week, like I said, the trauma is not the thing. The trauma is the catalyst for the growth.
Mhm.
And it's accepting the trauma and it's accepting that, okay, I have all of these things because of my trauma, the hypervigilance, the isolation, all this shit. I have these things. But now it's about the intent. How I like I don't want to over explain myself anymore. Fuck that shit. However, the hypervigilance, that can be my trauma superpower.
There
That,
you
you
go.
know,
It's it's creating the intention that we didn't have before.
yes.
Everything else was very reactive.
Yes.
We really didn't feel like we had a choice.
Yes.
Our nervous system reacted the way it reacted. Things happened, and we were just kind of like along for, or felt a lot.
Along
I was
for
like
the ride.
along for the ride.
Yes.
That's just what happened. Things
Yeah.
happened, and I was just roller coaster. It was insane. And now it's like, okay, I'm going to choose. This is what I want. This is what's going to happen. This is how I'm going to react. This is the choices. I have choices. I have intention. I can decide what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep, and what I'm going to work on and what I'm okay with.
It changes the rules of the game of, is
Yeah.
this my trauma or is this my personality?
Yes.
Now instead of going, okay, it's my trauma
Hmm.
or it's my personality. It's more of, okay, you're presented with this and you're like, do I want it to, is it trauma or
Hmm.
do I want this to be my personality?
Yes. It's always trauma. But do I want to choose to keep this as my personality, or
Exactly.
do I want to jettison it
Yes.
and move on?
Send it upon its merry fucking way.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think
I
I
don't need
flipped off
this.
the camera more today than I have in like this
Yeah.
entire
You kind
time.
of have.
Yeah, it's
We're gonna
fine.
have to. We'll have a
It's
little
fine.
montage later.
Oh, great. That's great. That's great. I could accept the trauma, but couldn't stop blaming myself till my therapist hold a mirror in front of me. Hey, Sean. Actually,
Well,
I no no I actually it's next. So guilty of that one.
yeah.
Um, I say oh Sean because, like he said,
When one of my therapists first started working with me about like the stuff that I've been through, and looking at it, and they're like, think back to so and so, think back to this time, and like there was so much judgment
yeah.
in my responses, and how I saw myself and what I thought about. Like that's where I started, and yeah, so that's I definitely understand how that feels,
Yeah.
how easy it is to see yourself like that.
Okay. Well, this was fun.
This
Welcome
was.
back, Sean.
I'm back. Oh my god, it's good to be here. I have missed streaming. I've been streaming with you and everybody else, and so I am.
Who doesn't?
Yes, just mainly you. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm happy to be back.
Okay, close this out. Close this out.
Okay, so I think we're back to regular schedule. You got to go. All right.
No. I mean, I'll be right back. But
Yeah.
yeah, give me.
Okay. All right. So I think we're into a regular schedule, which means today is Sunday. Well, mostly regular schedule. I don't know if I'm going to be Lego streaming tonight. Having just moved, my sets are in varying degrees of disarray. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream tonight. But make sure you're following my channel. So if I do end up going live, that you are notified when I do. Let me see if I can throw some stuff links. Oh no, the thing's not working. All right, so my channel here, I'll put it in the chat. My channel is twitch.tv/Dorian Sombra. Is that right? I think that's right. All right. Anyway, so I'll be doing Lego streaming tonight. Oh my god! If I am streaming, it'll be around like 5:30ish. Anyway, so that is Sunday. On Monday we have. Oh my god! I have to start thinking in CST now, don't I? Oh God. Okay. You're muted. Am I muted or you?
Sorry,
There you
I
go.
was musing. I was like, yes, you do. All of us are in
We're
Central
all
Time
in
now.
CST now. Yes. Maybe we need to discuss that. All right. So yeah.
What do you mean
Anyway,
discuss that shit?
Monday is Bear. We're just gonna jump right into Monday. Bear's gonna be streaming at what is it? 10
10?
Central?
I think
10
10
Central?
Central. Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you're following Great Big Bear 205. He's right there in the chat. I believe, is going to be doing some D&D for dummies.
Yes.
D&D for D, which is
yes. I think there. Yeah, I think there are.
So it's fantastic watch, especially if you're interested in D&D.
Yes.
You'll learn a lot from Bear. And then on Tuesday we have 3 Bards and a Dragon. That's our RPG podcast where we roll a d20 and let it ruin our lives. And that's on the team
Our
_
last
AOA
show
channel.
was a lot of fun.
It was. Your last stream was amazing.
I think we're gonna do the same format this
Okay.
because now you're here, so now maybe we can all It would
We
be
can all do it.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah. So if you're, it's RPG podcast. We are like D&D adjacent. It's an RPG podcast where I think you really enjoy it. So make sure you're here at Tuesdays at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then on that brings us back to Sunday at 12 at 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 Central. So also make sure we have our friend Zarknor Nev. He streams he games on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So make sure you're following Zarknor. And you get to hang out and watch them game. So yeah. That's our week.
That's our week.
All
right.
It's been fun. Been good. Great show.
Good shit. Welcome back. Welcome to Texas, Sean.
I'm here. Woo! I still got lots to move. Lots to move. Yeah. Lots to unpack. So,
All right. Thanks, everybody. And you have a great Sunday. We'll see you guys later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Did you really just high five over me right
No,
now?
we didn't.
Okay, we're live.
Hey.
Hello.
Last week,
You don't even do that well from the front seat.
okay.
And the bear's coming with the cup and spoon.
That's a straight up PBR for the table.
Yeah.
3 of 3.
I think it called.
She ain't judging us at all.
Did you really just high five over me right
No,
now?
we didn't.